Imagine a song so captivating that Stephen Sondheim himself wished he had written it. Now let us take you behind the scenes of Adam Guettel's The Riddle Song, a musical masterpiece. First, for some context, and then to listen to the entirety of the song. The previous video was about a new musical currently playing on Broadway, Days of Wine and Roses. It is a brilliantly unique musical, and I encourage you to check out this video and this musical by Adam Guettel. Adam Guettel's song, The Riddle Song, from his 1994 musical, Floyd Collins, is one of the best written Act 1 finales, narratively, conceptually, and musically. Sondheim had consistently praised Guettel's work, singling out this particular 9-minute song as one of his personal favorites, a composition he has expressed a wish he had written himself. This video will look at this masterpiece. But first, who is Adam Guettel? Guettel stands out as one of the select few modern composers capable of crafting intricate musical compositions for musical theater. He was born in 1964, grandson of legendary Broadway composer Richard Rodgers, and his mother is Mary Rodgers, also a prolific writer. In his approximately 30-year writing career, including Days of Wine and Roses, he has only written 4 musicals. His most recent being The Light in the Piazza, premiering in 2005, nearly 20 years ago, which is an absolutely phenomenal work. This musical just got a revival at the New York City Center last year. Part 3 of this video series will delve into the reasons of Guettel's limited output, but also look into some musical examples in The Light in the Piazza. Arthur Lawrence, the acclaimed co-author of West Side Story with Sondheim, and also Guettel's godfather, unequivocally declared, "I don't hesitate to put him up there with the best. He's emotionally free in his lyrics and his music, certainly more so than Steve." Guettel shares a close relationship with Stephen Sondheim, who played a pivotal mentoring role since Guettel was young.
Well, when I played you my music for the first time when I was 14, I came in all puffed up thinking I'd be rained with compliments and things. I played you my things and you had some very direct things to say, and I left a crestfallen, of course, and you wrote me a letter that said, I didn't mean to be not very encouraging, I mean to be constructive, and that's the best form of encouragement. That was a very direct and a very kind letter, and very much in the spirit of teaching, and that's who you are to me.
It was only a few years after Floyd Collins premiered that Sondheim was asked to make a list of 100 songs that he wished he had written, and the Riddle Song was listed. Why is this song so good, and why has Sondheim listed it as one of his favorites? The story of Floyd Collins is based on the true story of cave explorer Floyd Collins, who got trapped in a cave in the mountains of Kentucky in 1925. It was the biggest media event of the time and one of the first to have used such modern radio technology that captivated the nation in real time as his rescue was underway. Despite numerous days and attempts, Floyd died before rescue. Scott Miller for the New Line Theater wrote, "The most obvious problem is that the main character becomes immobile after the first scene. How do you build a musical around a guy who can't move a muscle?" Guettel and Landau's answer was simple. Make the focus Floyd's family rather than just Floyd himself. The story became less about Floyd, the trapped hero, and more about his poor Kentucky family pushed to the breaking point by events beyond their control. At the end of Act 1, Floyd's brother, Homer, is digging to get to Floyd. The dramatic storytelling conventions are exhilarating. The song has great moments of tension as Homer gets closer to reaching Floyd, who has been trapped and isolated for so long. At the end of the song, Homer finally reaches Floyd, where Floyd, though still trapped under a rock, is finally able to see and hug someone for the first time. A fantastic end to Act 1. The brilliance of Guettel and Landau's writing approach becomes apparent in how they tackled this scene. To keep Floyd distracted and alert during the digging, Homer poses riddles, transporting Floyd emotionally to a fantasy life where they reminisce about their happier childhood. This ingenious technique symbolizes Floyd's mental liberation as he begins to move and jump around for the first time since the show's beginning.
That was one of the most extraordinary, experiences on the stage I've ever had, period. And, for those people who have never seen the show, Floyd's trapped downstage right for most of it, but he does escape when he escapes into his mind. And this is a memory that he has with his brother Homer. He stands up for the first time and steps off. It's the end of Act 1, steps out of that goddamn hole. And I think the audience just goes, oh, yeah. They have hope.
The sigh of relief when I stood up and to see him playing around with his brother. There was such everyone who saw it said that to me. They mentioned that, thank God, we were so happy that you got up and we got to see his joy with his brother.
Let's turn our attention to the breathtaking and admirably composed music by Guettel.
Hey Homer, what's pink and green and flies all over. Homer? Homer, are you there, buddy?
What's made of stone but's soft like a pillow?
That's not what I asked you. What's pink and green and flies all over?
What's made of stone but is soft like a pillow? Where you can lay on top or sink down in it. Where you can get underneath but it don't crush you. Come on, think now. You better think now, Floyd. Give it some thought now. It ain't hard. You know, I know you know. I'm a harkening back to a time ago when a day wasn't done if we didn't raise hell and the sun put us under a magic spell. Huh? You're dumbass. You know that? You must be the dumbest.
Shut up! I got it.
Well,
Sand.
sorry.
But it's made of stone, soft like a feather. You can lay on top or sink down in
Yeah,
it.
but that ain't this riddle and you ain't got it yet. So keep thinking and use your brain this time. What's made of stone but's soft like a pillow?
I done told you already, Homer. I said sand, like the great sand cave.
And I said, sorry. What's made of stone but is soft like a pillow? Where you can float on top or dive down in it. Where you can sink underneath but it don't crush you. Come on, think now. You better think now, Floyd. Give it some thought now. It ain't hard. You know, I know you know. I'm a harkening back to a time ago when you'd say to me, Homer, are you ready, are you set? And I'd say to you, Floyd, are you ready to get wet?
Oh, no! What's soft just like a pillar, made of rock carved in stone? The answer to the riddle surely is the quarry. The quarry. The sun beats down on our faces, all blistering hot. Homer. We run off alone to our own secret spot. Homer. Under the shade side our old fishing hole, we'd each have some worms and an old fishing pole.
It's school far away like it warn't there at all, Floyd. We'd hook for a day and we'd sure as hell have us a ball, Floyd. Go for a swim just to cool off our hide. Float on top with the sky open wide.
All right, okay, I got one for you. What's got a trunk and a tail and 50 limbs?
I'm concentrating on digging,
You
Floyd.
ain't concentrating, you fib. You're just a wee bit slow in the head, just like you always was, a wee bit slow. What's got a trunk and a tail and 50 limbs that you can ride all day, but you don't go nowhere, only front to back, to and fro? Come on, think now. You better think now, Homer. Give it some thought now. It ain't hard. You know, I know, you know. I'm a harkening back to a time ago when a day didn't pass that you couldn't catch us trying to ride it high till it felt like flying. Oh, I know
The answer to the riddle, trunk and a tail and 50 limbs. The answer to the riddle surely is our swing tree. The swing tree. We shimmy on up like an Indian hunting a squirrel, Floyd. Up to the crook where we could look down on the world, Floyd. Out on a limb where
that black water and that rock sticking up and coming at my face. The cold black grave, cold grave.
Floyd, come on back now. It's me, buddy, come to your rescue. Now, you just lie there and rest, because I'm about to get you free. Now, here's the final riddle, Floyd. See if you can answer me this. What's strong as a bull, smart as a fox, quick as a hare, and stubborn as a mule? Can make like a snake through the tiniest hole, get hung up for days and turn out fire. Looky here now, there ain't no two ways about it. You don't have to worry at all. We're almost there. You know, I know you know. I'm a harkening back to a time ago when a day didn't end and we didn't help each other, kinda like a friend and kinda like a brother. And it don't matter none if it's me or if it's you, there ain't no hole that we can't fall through.
Oh, no! Yes, sir! It's good to see you, Homer.
Clean you up before they take your picture.
Is just as ugly as he ever was. What took you so damn long? Talking too much like you always are.
What's black and fast and shiny?
Fast enough to make a panther squall.
Who's gonna be there in it?
Looking fine and sitting tall.
Straight to Louisville, who will tear?
Far away from the toiling care.
Money to burn.
On a hell of a spree.
The devil to pay, it's plain to see.
That's an easy one. That's us. That's us.
Though in a perilous situation still, we share the brothers' hope. There are many brilliant layers to this particular song. The simple scene of just Homer reaching Floyd is transformed into a masterpiece by Adam Guettel and Tina Landau. They added buildup of dramatic tension, brought in humanity and emotions, and a beautiful insight into the characters. Stephen Sondheim, a known fan of riddles and puzzles, must have been naturally drawn to this song. This quote of his perfectly sums up the meaning of the Riddle Song and its greatness. Puzzles are like songs. A good puzzle can give you all the pleasure of being duped that a mystery story can. It has surface innocence, surprise, the revelation of a concealed meaning, and the catharsis of solution. The song isn't about riddles, but about hope and the love of two brothers. The entire show is a journey, and the music is unlike that of other shows. Adam Guettel is a fantastic musical theater writer whose new musical Days of Wine and Roses is now playing on Broadway. He hasn't written many musicals in his continued career, but in the next part of the video series, we'll look more into Guettel's life and a bit into the music in Guettel's most famous musical, The Light in the Piazza. Thank you, and please subscribe.